So listen, I wanted to share with you a lot of what you're doing is probably correct. Like if you've been following myself and other producers and influencers and all the things, you should be implementing everything, right? And your social media presence should be growing, should be enhancing. It should be, okay? If it's not, we need to change that. And so for those of you that was riding with me in the 3-day ride, yes, all the 3-day riders, I'm having so much fun. We ended that, but they're seeing some success. So when I tell you it's an experience, so work closely with me, it's an experience because you're going to be so excited and you're going to see growth immediately if you implement, okay? So you want to monetize social media? How far will you go to learn and implement what you've learned? Raise your hand. I'm a student at all times. I'm always learning something new. I'm always putting it in my routine. The greatest enemy of the new is the old. You better write that down. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The greatest enemy of the new is the old. Because anytime you're getting ready to do something new, the old tries to pull you back. The people who used to know you used to do this. You used to post like this. They're going to try to pull you back down to who you used to be. But you tell them you're under construction. Come back in 6 months, okay? I'm always under construction. I'm getting better and better and better and better. So there are no excuses if you're trying to build an audience. So I'm going to give you today some content categories. If you're on my VIP list, then you probably received this. But listen, I'm seeing a lot of you ask or say, Jerusha, I don't know what to post about. I don't know what my niche is. I don't know. I'm just posting. Listen, one, you got to take the 3-day ride. And two, I'm going to give you, some content categories and you work off of those categories so you always have content. Now, everything is really content, right? I always feel like you need to fall in the 4 E's because that works very well. And anybody that's online tells you it definitely has to be for the people. Anything that you're putting out has to be valuable to the peoples. If it is not valuable, it's pure entertainment. That still could be valuable because it's funny, or whatever. They're getting something from it. And so you want to make sure that whatever you're putting out makes sense for your audience. Who is your people? Like what I put out is for my people. I already know if somebody doesn't want motivation, inspiration, and business tips, they're not my people. They scroll on by, right? But the people who want it, they need it, they look for it, those are my peoples. So you've got to figure out who are you talking to? Because you're not talking to everybody. And if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. Okay. So we want to figure that out. So really quickly, I want to share with you before I lose my voice. I want to share with you some categories that you can start posting about if this is your niche, your thing. And so one of the things is books. People don't think that that's a good, they're like, who follows people reading books? People who like to read books. Like that makes sense to me. If you're that person, like somebody says, what type of books are you reading? Right? Think and Grow Rich and all the books that you've heard of. If you are that person and you're always reading great books, your page could be about the types of books. What is the subject of the book? And you could be the guru, right? Or the influencer. When someone wants to know what to read based on your experience, they come to your page. Okay. So why would someone come to your page? What are you giving them? That's one. Obviously, beauty is big. If you're in the cosmetic industry, it doesn't matter. Cosmetics, skincare, makeup, lashes, hairstylist, barber, all of that is beauty. That is a big category that you could be posting about, creating content about. Okay. Beauty is big. If you're that fashionista, all of those things fall under beauty. If you sell lashes, you have a lot to talk about. Hair is so much under that beauty category. Now, if you're the person, you're a professional person, that is a category for you. You still work in corporate America, girl, you are the counselor, you are the whatever in corporate America. Talk about profession. That's a category that's endless as well. Okay. Or like me, I could talk about a corporate lifestyle. I worked in corporate America, enjoyed working in corporate America, worked in television. So it wasn't traditional corporate, but television and radio. And so I can tell you my experience. I can teach on that subject as well. So there is a category. If you're in corporate America, talk about that, post about that, educate me about that. Obviously network marketing, direct sales. I have the best company in the world, right? So obviously network marketing, direct sales. If you are a guru at TikTok or Reels, that's a category right there. If you're not good at it, follow people that are good at it if you want to be good at it. Okay. Of course, politics, I stay away from that. But if you're that person, boom, that is something that you could be talking about. Or what are your hobbies? Okay, let's be honest. We all have different hobbies. If you've heard me before, I talk about I like to dance. So I'm in a dance group. I like to dance. There's local, obviously, dance classes. I live in Atlanta. So any kind of dance you can imagine, that's what I like to do. I like to do it. I say I know how to do it, but I try really, really hard to get those dances. And so that's something I could talk about. That's a category if you're good at that. Obviously, finances is big right now. So if you're in the financial industry, educate me, tell me something that I don't know, right? School me on what you know, because you know something I don't know. That is a category. And of course, motivation. Everybody loves to motivate people. Of course, mindset is endless. You could talk about mindset forever. If that's you, do that. If you're good at goal setting, you're the person that reaches your goals, goal setting. Teach me how to goal set. The new year is coming up. What should I be doing now to set myself up for a success? Okay. Somebody put these in the chat for me, right? A pretty person helping me out, putting it in the chat for me. If you want to be a part of my VIP list, all you got to do is click the link in the bio where it says motivation, inspiration, and business tips. Click it, join the group, and then you'll be a part of my VIP list. You'll get this all the time, at least a weekly update on the things that you need to know and how I can help you. So if you're not a part of that, then boom, you might want to be a part of that. If you're a faith-based person and you want to talk about your faith publicly and you want to teach people about different, I don't know, religions or whatever, then that's great. That's your thing. That is a category, right? Obviously travel. If you're that person, you like to travel, you know a lot about travel, that's a category. And then of course, health and wellness. Right now, I think that's probably one of the bigger ones. Everybody's trying to be healthy. Everybody wants to live clean. Everybody wants to eat right. Everybody is exercising. So that is a big category as well. So you have to figure out what is it that you actually love, right? What is it that you love to do so it can come easy for you to do it, right? If it's a struggle, it's going to feel like work. Okay. And so I don't feel like I'm working when I go live. I don't feel like I'm working. I love to train and teach and motivate and inspire. I love it. So I don't feel like I'm working, even though it's working, even though it's marketing, even though it's branding, it is still work, but it doesn't feel like it. So I'm able to do it multiple times of a week and not even like think about like, well, that was fun. I met somebody today. Like I met, is it Denise today? Like I meet new people every single day. And so in doing what I already love to do. So if that's you, you're like, well, I don't even know what I love to do yet, Jerusha. Well, that's okay. We can find out what that is. And so if you want to, like, I don't even know. I love a lot of things. Well, you can talk about multiple things. I would definitely find one thing that is number one and then have the other things as sub, categories. So you have one category that you absolutely will die for. And then you have subcategories. And then that way you have tons of content every single day. And so when you message me and you say, Jerusha, I don't know what to talk about. I don't have content. So today I decided to give you, I don't know how many that was, at least what that was, 10, 15 different categories of content that you can start right there. But I know you're more advanced than me. You can think more different categories than me. So do that. But I can tell you, you are going to be uncomfortable, and that's where you want to be. Whenever you do something new, it's uncomfortable, but I want to be uncomfortable. I live to be uncomfortable. Write this down. The chair of compromise is much more comfortable than the chair of commitment. You better write that down. So Jerusha said, the chair of compromise is much more comfortable than the chair of commitment. So remember earlier, I said the interested people, they just like, oh, just interested a little bit. I do want to start a business, but if I don't get to it today, it's okay. It's really not. The committed people are like, I'm getting to it every day. Horse, sinus draining. I'm getting to it every day. I'm getting to it every day, right? Because I want to be uncomfortable. Write it down. The chair of compromise is much more comfortable than the chair of commitment. And so I want you to commit to whatever your thing is. I want you to decide today. Oh, I appreciate that. Happy Indigenous Day. Oh, happy Indigenous Day to you too. Super informative. I appreciate that. So find out what your niche is and how you want to build your audience and attract your ideal prospects, because that is important, that you're talking to the right people, because you want to convert those people. If you have a product, a service, or an opportunity, you want to build relationships with the right people, right? So you want to make sure they're following you and they share your stuff. So if this is useful to you, this is valuable to you, tag 2 people and share the broadcast, because somebody is like, I don't know how to post content. I don't even know what that means. And so I've given you 10, 15 categories of content that you can start today working on how you want to show up on social media.